Well, hello everyone and good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio on the pre-match show before Rangers versus Dundee at Ibrox. Joining myself on the panel this afternoon is the one and only Blue Shadow. Before we go to you, Blue Shadow, I'll just give you the teams here, mate. We have McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Katic and Barisic. Halliday, Koulibaly and Arfield. Candias, Kent and Morales. On the substitutes bench, Foderingham, Flanagan, Joe Worrell, Ross McCrory, Grezda, Glenn Middleton and Kyle Lafferty. And yet again, we cannot second guess our manager, Mr. Steven Gerrard, MBE. How you doing, Blue Shadow, mate?
Absolutely cracking, man. Glad that the international break is over and that the Rangers are back. Well looking forward to today's game, and hoping that we get a decent performance and a good result.
Yeah. Any shocks in that team for you, mate?
The one that sticks out to me more than anything else is Halliday.
Yep, definitely.
A wee bit surprised. You would have thought even if Ryan Jack was injured, you'd have thought Ejaria would have been in there, but for whatever reason, the manager's chosen Andy Halliday, so we'll have to go with what the manager says, won't we?
Yep. Are you shocked, mate, that Ejaria isn't even on the bench, considering he's put in a few decent performances in the last coming games? Don't know if he was away in international duty and he's maybe picked up a knock or anything, but we didn't hear it in the manager's press conference last night. Is it a shock for you that he's not even on the bench?
It is a bit of a shock. I thought it would have. I thought it was pretty much nailed on. It would have been Ejaria, Koulibaly, and Arfield. All that can come to it's either an injury or the manager is holding him back for the European games, which I hope's not the case, because we need to go out here and put a mark down and say, right, this is it. Get back. This is how we're This is how we're reasserting our dominance on the park. So I hope he's not doing that. And perhaps Ajaria's just got a wee niggle and the manager's just taking care of him.
Yep, no, definitely. I think we've been joined by another caller. It's Bear Down Under. How you doing, mate?
Hello, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, mate.
How are you doing, BDU?
Yeah, good, Blue Shadow. Good to hear you, Ibrox. You've been sadly missed a long time, and congratulations on your engagement. Well chuffed for you, and bright to be, mate.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys, I was just trying to connect here. I've completely missed the team, so sorry if I'm being rude. I've not heard that.
I'll get it back.
I've got it in front of me here.
Oh, sorry.
It's McGregor. McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Katic, Barisic, Halliday, Koulibaly, Arfield, Candias, Kent, Morales. And on the bench, we've got Foderingham, Flanagan, Worrell, McCrory, Grezda, Middleton, and Kyle Lafferty.
All right, so we're going for the 4-3-3, 4-5-1 formation, and it's just, obviously no Ejaria at all there, so he might be carrying a knock, but keeps it pretty simple, obviously.
I think he's quite right. His manager should go with what start off the season again as with a team and a system that all the players are comfortable with, and I think that for me is the right way to go, rather than perhaps as Bridgman was suggesting on Friday night to go 3-5-2. I think that would be a bit too much of a risk at this moment in time, and I think the right manager's got it right, going with a system that everybody knows, because it's very flexible, that system anyway, isn't it, boys?
I think BDU just says it'll be like a 5-4-1 when we're defending, and obviously the 4-3-3 when we attack. I know Bridge has been asking for the 3-5-2, especially at Ibrox, but I think we Gareth McCauley picking up that knock as well in training when he came back from Northern Ireland duty. We've got no cover there for centre back, which would be a pretty disastrous if we went to three at the back with Katic, Goldson and Worrell, and you never had any cover on the bench. You might have had a youngster or something on the bench, but you can't take that risk. That's why you stuck to the tried and tested that I think we've went with the last number of weeks, especially when we've got a European match coming up this midweek as well. He's got to try and keep everything the same formality. He's got his training and his tactics worked out for the coming games ahead, I believe, because he's very intelligent as Mr. Gerrard, as well as his backroom staff. They seem to know what they're doing now. We've got a professional management team now, it's not like Magic teams have had the last two managers, unfortunately, and that's no slanting on any two of them, but we've got professionalism now, people who know what they're doing, when to change things, and what's good and what's going to adapt well for coming games. So I think that's why we're sticking with the tried and tested at this moment in time.
I think as well as Mr. Gerrard, behind the scenes, you got Gary McAllister, who was always a very cultured, thoughtful footballer, and I think he will be having a major influence on the tactics for the rest of the season, as presumably he has had done beforehand, because he just always struck me that way, that Gary McAllister knew what he was doing tactically, was just perhaps not a force of personality to make it as a out and out manager. So, and where Gerrard helps him, it lets him concentrate on what he's best at, which is the football, and what he loves the most, I think.
Yep. See,
absolutely.
Yep. Just I was going to ask you there, BDU. Obviously, I hadn't heard you for a while on the shows. What do you think is our most improved part of the field since Mr. Gerrard and his background staff have come in? Because we're certainly a much more cultured team now. We've got maybe a few players for each position. Where do you see as the standout position for us so far this season?
Yeah, Ibrox, I don't think there's a standout. I'm looking at his signings across the board, and you're talking about 14 signings, and I'm struggling to find a bad signing out of a lot of them. I think that's the key. I think I think a lot of that's got to get into Mark Allen and his scouting team that he's put in place, which was probably about 6 months ago. Obviously, Mr. Gerrard's come in and picked a few of them as well. But obviously, defensively, we're a lot stronger. Midfield's jam-packed with, depth, quality. But what I'm really excited again to see today is Koulibaly back. And being fit. I think he is going to be the difference of how we are going to play this season. I think he's, a bit of a gem. Mr. Gerrard spoke about him when he was signed, and Scottish football doesn't have a Koulibaly. That was his words, and I'm just looking forward to it. But it's hard to pinpoint a certain strength. On one or two positions, but look, we have done well. We are recruiting this year, and onwards and upwards, and far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Lucia, I don't know if you heard this last night when I was talking about Koulibaly, and I was saying, I don't think I'm being too odd when I'm saying this, but Koulibaly to me is our version of Kante. He's a water carrier in there. We know he's been out for the last couple of weeks, and I think that's sort of what we've missed. But he's got the passing. He's got the tackling. He's solid. He can, when he does attack, and he's got a pass. He's got an eye for a pass as well. And that's sort of what Kante does for Chelsea. What do you think of that? Do you think it could be? Well, I know it's only earlier on in the season, but Koulibaly could be our Kante.
Publicly, I think he's absolutely atrocious. I think he's a player I wouldn't have in the team, especially if his own side are listening, because we don't know about the price. But as regards, as you've heard on me, I think he's a fantastic player. He's what we've been needing for years and years. I've been going on about a central defensive midfielder for I can't remember how long, since they talked about bringing that lad who kept getting himself injured all the way back at the start. Yeah. And I think perhaps we've found what we've been looking for. I just hope that we can get him tied to a full-time contract at a reasonable price, because I'd love to see him come in for just in this what I've seen of him in the short time so far. I think I don't think his passing's quite up in the level of, say, Two-Guy or somebody like that. But he's a young man. That might come with time. He just needs a bit of, just needs the right coaching to just move up to that next level. It may come in time, but he's got a fantastic engine. I remember him. I can't remember who it was against, but in the 90th minute, he broke up the park and he was going flat out, and he'd been doing that virtually the whole match. And there was about 2 or 3 other guys struggling to keep up with him.
No, definitely. Mate, I think he's got a wide berth of things that he can do in that midfield for us, mate. I'm really excited to see what he can do for the rest of the season. I think we've been joined by another call, and I think it's our global ambassador. I'm not too sure.
Congratulations, Ibrox. I hope this isn't a shotgun wedding.
No, it is not, mate. It is not. Mate. No, it's been in the works for a few weeks, mate. But I've already spoke to your father, know that. So.
Anyway, all the best for the future.
Cheers, mate.
I think we shouldn't be hanging our hat on Koulibaly. He's not our player.
Oh no, I understand that, mate. I understand that. I'm one of the. I get a bit overexcited at times, and it's good to see what he can do, mate. Because to me, he kind of plays the game the way Kanté plays it for Chelsea, and I know this might be a bit tongue in cheek to say this, but I think he is a poor man's Kanté. I think that's what he is. To be honest with you.
Well, you could be right. Like I don't see too many similarities. That Kanté's a different class. I think there's a lot of talk. He's not been in the team. He would have done this. We were in the team. We would have beat Celtic. We would have done this. We would have done that. You know what I mean? He's still to see. He only started his career with us. He didn't have that many games before he got injured. He had about 4 or 5 games or something.
I think
he's missed about the equivalent games. So as long as he's in the team and he does well for us, that's great. But he's not our player at the end of the day. And you were talking about failed signings. The big boy Sadiq, that's a failure. He's not going to kick a ball for us. I don't think. He's not had a chance. Keep saying he's no fit or this or that. He should never have been anywhere near us. He didn't score goals when he was out on loan for Roma. Roma wouldn't keep patting him out if he was any good. He'd be playing in their reserves or he'd be sitting on their bench, getting ready to go in their first team. So I think that's one of the drawbacks of the signings so far. Apart from that, the defence is rigid. We've got a few good signings there. I see we've got a good few injuries coming back for international duty. Macaulay, thigh injury. Did he know about 38 be concentrating on his club career?
I think he will.
We're not taking chances, but we're taking chances on a player at 38. He's away playing international football when really at 38 I think he should be concentrating on the mighty Glasgow Rangers. That's my personal opinion.
No, I totally agree with you, mate, and it's a fair observation to come up with. I think we've been joined by another call, and I think it's our Rudy. How you doing, Rudy, mate?
How you doing, Ibrox? How you doing, Big Al? I hope you're all well.
Not bad, jelly talk.
Good man, that's all I like you. I haven't heard the team, Ibrox. What's the team? I'm just in the
Have you still got it in front of you, Blue Shadow, mate?
Hold on a minute, I'll just get it up.
Cheers, Blue.
Here we go. We've got McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Katic, Barisic, Halliday, Koulibaly, Arfield, Candias, Kent, Morelos, and on the bench we've got Wes, Flanagan, Worrell, McCrory, Grezda, Middleton, and Kyle Lafferty.
All right, okay. So it looks like he's gone with a 4-3-3, 4-5-1 thing again then, eh?
Does indeed, and he looks like he's got a whole other front line he could bring on if he wanted to.
Oh, he has. So if we get 3 up by half time, which I'm kind of hoping for, as I said last night, if we get 3 up by half time, game's over for me. You can take some of the boys off and rest them, for the big game on Thursday night against Villarreal. But this needs to be won today, first, Blue, doesn't it? We need to get the 3 points today. Forget about Villarreal Thursday. You need to concentrate on this game today, really, and just get the 3 points, especially with them tripping up last night. Got a wee bit of pressure on them, as we failed to do that last season. We need to do that this season, though. We can't afford, whenever the opportunity arises, to make points up. If we have any intentions of winning this league at all this season, we have to pick these points up against these teams. We can't fail the way we did last season.
Spot on, Rudy. Absolutely spot on, mate. We've got to come out right from the first whistle and put pressure on them, put a high line, pin them back in their own area and make them make mistakes and take advantage of them. Don't you think, Al?
Oh, definitely. But we said all that last week or the other week there against the Mankey mob. So we're at home this time. There should be no excuses. The next 3 to 5 games is maximum points. Has to be. We're more than capable of doing it.
100%, Al. We've come into a wee stretch now where, you know, you're looking at the fixture list and you're thinking, all these teams are beatable. You know, we should be collecting maximum points for these teams. You know, first 4 games of the season, we were away 3 times to the Tims, you're away to Aberdeen, you're away to Motherwell. You know, I'm out with probably Hearts and Hibs, probably 3 of the hardest away games you could get, you know, for these first 4 games. There's no excuses anymore in the next few games for me. You've just got to go out, and if they play to the standard that we know they can play with the quality that we should have on the park, it should be easy enough. No easy, but we should be picking the points up. Simple as that.
And it was a new squad as well. Don't forget that, Rudy. It was a new squad, which is trying to develop a new squad against away from home, as it were, and all this European stuff. I think the manager did very well. Don't you think, Ibrox?
Oh no, without a shadow of a doubt, mate. I think we mentioned it last night. It is a complete night and day team for last season. And it's not just, I don't just bring that down to the players. I bring it down to the management team, as we said beforehand. Stephen Gerrard, MB, Gary McAllister, the gentleman Beale, Tom Coulson, the whole backroom staff have really upped our team, our game, the way that we defend, the way that we attack, the creativity, all that. Because the guy Coulson and all that has got all the tactics and all that in the bag. He went to Brazil when he was at Liverpool. He was away for a whole year, learning how they played as well, mate. So the guy's very intelligent, as well as we know the creativity of Stephen Gerrard and Gary McAllister. As the 2 of them were cultured midfielders, some of the best in the world at the time. And it's coming to our team, our players that we had for last season, who weren't really playing at the best of their ability. They want to train, they want to play, because of the likes of Stephen Gerrard, Gary McAllister and the backroom staff, as well as other players that have come in, which has totally revamped our squad, and I'm absolutely delighted. I know it's early on in the season, I'll not get too carried away, but it makes us feel good for the season ahead. So,
Can I ask the panel something, please?
On you go, mate.
Right, looking at the team today, take Morelos out of it, right, in terms of a scoring threat. Where else can we get goals today in that team?
I'll take that to you first. Yeah, I'll take that to you first, Blue Shadow, mate.
Well, Scotty Arfield can come forward and get a goal. I think excuse me. I think he's got to get forward and support today. Certainly with Ejaria being absent and Halliday and Koulibaly. I mean, Koulibaly will get himself forward now and again, but only a bit. And as well, I would say that you can get goals from Candias, possibly Barisic if he gets forward and towards the edge of the box. But it's a good point that. There's not that many goals, I would say, in that, or possibly even, apart from Kyle Lafferty, even on the bench. Yeah, it's not something I thought of. What do you reckon?
I would hope that Tav would contribute better than he has done recently. Tav's been a wee bit too quiet for my liking, certainly against him. So Tav needs to get that connection he's got with Candace on the right-hand side of the park. They two need to get back to working well together. I don't think Tav plays when Candace is not playing, to be honest with you. I just don't think he plays well enough. But he seems to play well enough when Candace is there. So Candace is there the day. So the two of them need to get that connection working again, providing, assists into the box. Whenever the opportunity arises for Tav, he's got to do a better job than he did against the Tims when he had that shot. Well, wasn't even a shot, really, you know what I mean? And against him near the end of the game. So I'd be looking for Tav to score if he gets the opportunity. But that's a good point that you make, Berdon, under that. I never thought of that actually when the team was mentioned.
I don't want to be relying on my right back. No disrespect to what you're saying, but I don't want to be relying on my right back to be the one that's got to stand up. There's a lot more players in front of him.
That's right.
I mean? So I understand what you're saying, but I'm looking at that team, and I'm looking at the fact is we need the 3 points. We need a convincing win, and I'm going right. Well, are we being too reliant on Morelos there to get the goals? That's the only reason why I'm asking the panel. But I'll continue.
Do you know what? Big Al? Do you know what I would say just before you go to Big Al? You know what I would say? Scotty Arfield for me has got to contribute more because I don't think Scotty Arfield's hit the heights yet with Rangers, to be honest.
He's not a goal scoring midfielder though. We can't expect to sign somebody that's, you know what I mean, and then expect him to play a role that he's never played. He's 29 years of age. He's not a goal scoring midfielder.
I agree with you.
He never has been, never will be.
But he's still got to contribute more because he hasn't hit the heights for me yet, you know. But I agree with you, aye.
All right, Big Al?
Well, certainly the team isn't prolific goal scorers. We've got a centre forward that isn't prolific. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I had Lafferty on the park. I'd accommodate him on the park. I'd hate two strikers because there's Big Lafferty can score goals. I can't see goals coming. Candias, how many goals has he scored in his Ibrox career? 7 goals or something. We're talking about getting a right back to score his goals. So I think that's a bit of an issue. That's what I'm saying. You've got that Umar Sadiq's waste of space. Would you been as well with that young boy Rudden? Hey, I'm on the bench. Hey, Lafferty. You've got to have firepower in the team. I don't see the firepower. Arfield isn't that type of player. As Bear Down Under says, you can't change him into a goal scoring midfielder now. And Rudy's right as well. I think he's a signing like your Dorns. They've had their day in the Premier League. I don't think they'll be good enough players, but I don't think they're great players, or they'll be great players for us. I don't know. It's difficult where we'll get goals for unless Morelos has got his shooting boots on.
So do you think we should maybe have Mr. Gerrard should perhaps have taken a gamble and stuck one of the young midfielders that's a bit more creative on the bench?
Halliday's no creative, is he? The Koulibaly, I wouldn't say he's creative. Ibrox was saying he's at breaking down play, short, sharp passes, blah, blah, blah. Maybe push on here and again. Arfield, I'm not really convinced where his position is. I'm
meaning more like one of the young lads like Kelly or something like that. I think he should have gambled and stuck one of them on the bench. It's just a question.
I've heard you talk about Zach Rudden in the past couple of weeks, and I think you should have kept the young boy because Sadiq's not doing it. So I thought Rudden could have been there, and then at least you've got 3 kind of known strikers. Rudden, at different levels, obviously, but Rudden, Morelos, and Big Lafferty. But I'd be playing the two. I'd be playing Lafferty. I'd play Lafferty every week because I think he'll get his goals. And if Morelos isn't scoring, you've got Lafferty score. If Lafferty's not scoring, Morelos could score. Yeah, if you're only playing one of them, it's who's going to score the goals if he's not got his shooting boots on today? You know what I mean?
How would you fix it?
How would I fix it? I'd buy another striker. That's what I'd do.
Can I just come in there?
That is that easy. You just buy another striker. I think he's concentrating on this defence a bit much. I mean, we've brought an old boy in, man. He's closer to my age, you know what I mean? Do we really need him after we got Worrell in? I don't think we do. We've got young guys there that he, as a manager, is meant to make better. Maybe a midfielder, somebody that kind of attacking. Well, we maybe see this Gresta, the Albanian guy. I know he's a winger, but you might see him producing that. Maybe you could maybe play him in a wee bit, like, you know what I mean. But certainly, I think a striker. You need strikers. Strikers win you games. I've never seen a team win the league that never scored goals. You've got to score goals, so another striker.
Good point, Al. What do you think, Ibrox? How would you fix it, mate?
Fix it? There isn't many more ways you can do it at this moment in time. I agree with Big Al, and I says it on Thursday night and Friday night on the show, last night on the show. For me, and not because he's done anything wrong, but I wouldn't have been starting young Ryan Kennedy. I would have been starting Lafferty for the left-hand side because he can score goals for there. We've seen him do it for Hearts. He was very prolific for that position when he played there for Hearts. He was getting the goals, and he was getting the goals against big teams as well. You know what I mean? He was getting superlative winners. You know what I mean? For inside the box, outside of the box. We know what he's like. We've seen his goal against Motherwell a few weeks ago. So I think if we were saying last night on the show, if we could get a couple of goals up before half time, then that gives the manager a choice to make. We'll get a European game next midweek. So do you take Ryan Kent off then after the hour mark and bring on Lafferty, and then at least then you've got Lafferty and Morales for the last half hour of games when Dundee have been tending to tire throughout their matches. They've not won any competitive matches this season because they seem to have been losing all their matches like after the 60-minute mark. So there's every chance that the manager's seen that in some of the video analysis and that's been done throughout the week in training and what they've been doing on the training park. I think Bear Down Under wanted to come back under that point as well to see how he would change it.
What I'd want to say is, that, especially about the boy Kent, right? Kent needs to get an assist or a goal very sharpish, because as much as you can see the effort with the boy, you've got the effort, he's fast and the rest of it, but he's no produced something yet, but an assist. To me, unless I'm getting it right. He's not giving an assist. No assist or no goal yet. No, what I'm trying to say is, this isn't a criticism, and the boy says this isn't. He could go and get that assist, right, and then have a fantastic season, or he could go and get that goal. But he needs to get that, and he needs to get it quick because. Sorry, I'm hearing myself.
Sorry, if you want to go on mute, just do mate.
Could I come in on the Ryan Kent?
On you go, Big Al, mate.
Are their hands tied with that boy?
With Ryan Kent is here until the end of the season.
Have we got to play him?
No, there's no. For what I can understand, there's no stipulation that he must play a certain amount of games.
Why is he playing every week? Because I'll tell you one thing.
I don't think he's played every week. He's played most games, but I don't think he's plays every week. I understand where you're coming from, mate.
And any man that compares himself to Ronaldo is a bald-head man. As simple as that.
Did he do that?
Aye, he said he models himself on Ronaldo.
All right.
Look, mate, you'll never lace Ronaldo's bits. You were playing. Who was he playing with last season? Plymouth Argyle or something?
Well, sorry, he was out on loan.
Aye.
Bristol City.
Bristol City. I'm sorry. I knew it was done that way. No, that's quite far apart, actually. Right, anyway, I'm into your geography there, Ibrox. But anyway...
Mate, you'll be much better than me at that.
Anyway, I know it's in England somewhere. I don't think he does enough. He's tippy-tappy, great, this is great, but I just don't think he does enough. And I've read a few things that Liverpool charge this for a player and they charge that for a player if he doesn't get so many games. So I'm wondering, is he going to play so many games? If that is the case, why did we go into such a crazy deal where hands tied and the player knows he's going to play? You know what I mean? I'm just speaking out loud here, but I don't think he's any better than that Jordan Jones at Kilmarnock. I don't think he's any better than that boy who was at Hibs last year. It was at Man City. You know what I mean? They do the tippy tappy stuff and they get hanging, but the end product isn't good.
So I think there is some technical issues with a few people trying to get in. I think there is people. I think your Cairo's trying to come in. Is that you, Cairo, mate?
He's not in, but
I think he's having some technical issues. Anyway, we'll continue on until we can get Cairo sorted.
If I come in on that.
Go, mate, yeah.
Well, Bristol City got some hefty penalties. I think it was a few £100,000 for not playing Kent last year enough, I think, as I understand it. I've read, and it's purely rumour, the fact that Liverpool do have these got to play things in their contracts. But the one thing that strikes me more than anything else, at the start of the season, I think Steven Gerrard went for players he knew, and that's why we've got so many players in for Liverpool, because he knew he had to hit the ground running, and he thought that was what he needed. So,
I understand, but I'm just thinking, I think that's a bad deal for us if we're having to bring a player in, because I don't think that gives him any motivation to get into the first team if he knows he's going to be playing every week. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's true. It's all conjecture. I've read the same things as well. And whilst he's in the team, I don't think he gives us enough. He's not going to score goals. We're just talking about we need goals. So
he's certainly got to improve, Alan. The final third of the pitch for me. The boy's got pace to burn. You can see that. He's very direct, and I like all that about him. you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
so do I.
As far as his final third goes, he's got to improve what he does in the final third, whether it's, you know, as Bear Down Under was saying, whether it's assists, whether it's scoring a goal or two here or there. He has to start performing in the final third for me. It's great that he's got the pace and he's direct and he'll go by players, he'll take players on. That's cracking. I like all that. I really like that about him. But the final third for me is where it really, really matters. If you're going to be a forward and you're going to contribute, you know, you have to do it in the final third.
I think we've been joined. Sorry, mate. Sorry, no, Bernie. I think we've been joined by a caller on the phone. I just want to take him so he's no.
Hope it's not Ryan Kent.
Hello, caller.
Hello. No, it's not Ryan Kent, but I knew who you were talking about.
All right, Kai. Is that you, Cairo, mate? How you doing?
It is, aye, no bad. How's yourself?
Aye, all right, mate. All right. Good to hear you.
Aye, good. Good for the end of the day. I think if we get our don't have bluster up front today, we get a couple of early goals. I think it'll be fine. If we don't, I think we'll panic a wee bit and get frustrated, and it'll be one of the games because they'll sit in. I think our big problem this season is going to be up front with Faf and with Fluff and with faffing about, and we never ever penetrate. So hopefully we get that today, and we get a couple of goals for Morelos and whoever else is playing. Do you know the team?
Yep. Have you still got it in front of you, Blue Shadow, mate? Or is anybody?
Yeah, I'm Blue Shadow. How you doing, Blue Shadow? All right.
I'm doing fine,
Good,
Cairo, mate. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Look, right.
Right, we've got McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Katic, Barisic, Halliday, Koulibaly, Arfield, Candias, Kent, Morelos. On the bench, Foderingham, Flanagan, Worrell, McCrory, Cresta, Middleton, and Kyle Lafferty.
All right.
So it's basically the 4-3-3, 4-5-1 thing we've always been playing, and probably the big difference was playing Halliday instead of Ajaria, and basically Ajaria's total absence from the whole team, mate.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. Surprised that Andy Halliday playing. I'm also surprised that Kent's getting another shot off Lord Middleton. I think he's a one-trick pony, to be honest with you, Kent. I think he goes direct and he runs into 2 or 3 players and loses the ball. He never ever has an end product, I don't think. Whereas Middleton does. Middleton gets by the players, gets through them and gets the ball. They're dirty Middleton playing, to be perfectly honest with you.
Middleton's an old-fashioned winger, and he gets the byline, crosses it, and then so you've got people coming onto the ball rather than being static almost.
Well, that's what I think. I think Middleton will draw players in because he's got a bit of pace about him as well, and he does get by players. I mean, he is direct, and I know Kent's direct, but he seems to run into players whereas Middleton tends to hit the space behind them, and that's the difference for me. Plus, he gets an end product. His crosses across are pretty good, and if you've got him and you've got our left back slinging, because he's got a lovely left peg in him. If he's flinging them across and all, it just entices your midfield to come in, because they know if they're running on the ball down that wing, they're a great chance of it coming over.
Got to get the bodies in the box, though, Cairo, mate, haven't you?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But you're right. But that, I mean, if you're a midfielder and you know that one of them is going to be running down there, one of the two, well, it entices you going to the box because you're a fair chance you know it's going to come out, isn't it? So you're going to make that effort. Whereas I like to say with Kent, as far as I'm concerned, you're saying he's going to run into, he just run into players again. He never gets the ball across. So you make a half run and then you get back quick.
Big Al made a point earlier. He'd rather see Lafferty in the box for those crosses rather than Morelos. What do you think?
Well, it depends. If you're just going to put high boys in like Derek Johnson, man, then fine. But I want more than that. And I think I'm actually, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't too impressed with bringing Lafferty back. No, I'm talking about fit reasons, no other reason, just fit reasons. Because when he was with us a 4, he never ever offered much. But I'm quite impressed with what he's offered this last wee while. He just can't hold the ball up.
You know me, I've always been a big fan of Lafferty, as you know, mate.
I think Lafferty can hold the ball up.
It just doesn't do it often enough, though. Against
the Celtic, I know what you're saying against them, but I think he's had a no bad start to his second tenure at Ibrox.
I agree.
He won 3 league titles in the kind of last day for us as well. You know what I mean? I think he's got all the attributes. I want him to play with Morelos. I want 2 strikers on the team, week in, week out.
Don't disagree with you, but if you want one up front, if you're only playing one up front, I'd take Morelos. Now, that's not bring Lafferty on. But I must admit, as I said earlier, I'm impressed with Lafferty since he came back, what he's offering the team. He's offering a lot more than he did the first time he was here. He's running back, he's chasing back, and he's helping. And I didn't think he offered that before. I think he was more an individualist than he was a team player. He certainly seems to have added that to his game, and that's a bonus for me. That's a bit of extra that we never had before. But I don't agree with just putting big boys in there, because as you know, it's like this league's like they've all got big, tall defenders in there. They'll just mark him out of the game, and I think that's where Morelos offers us that wee bit different. He offers you something. He offers you that wee shove here, and if he gets rid of that petulance and start bloody scoring the sitters and
it's never going to go
in goals. Well, I don't want him to lose his energy and all that kind of thing, but he's got to lose the petulance. He's got to lose it, because if he doesn't, he's going to go in if he doesn't do it, because you can't depend on him. So you're going to have to expect him to do that, and I hope he coach that out of him, or boot it out of him, or do something to get it out of him. But he's got to do it. But I'd rather him Morelos for what he offers against Lafferty, because they boys they don't have to cross a high ball in all the time. They can cut it back or put it through. But some of the boys, the left winger, Middleton can put through if he's playing, rather than Kent, and their left back, I think, are brilliant. And I must admit, I was surprised Candias wasn't playing last week as well. I think Candias offers an awful lot.
Would it be fair to say, lads, that you think that, since the way the conversation's going, that perhaps our front line is perhaps the weakest part of the team? Do people think? What do you think, BDU?
I think. I want to say. Sorry, man.
On you go, BDU.
Right. I'm still looking at our 3 midfielders, right? And as far as I'm concerned,
there's nothing.
The three of them are still too defensively for me. I don't class Arfield as an attacking midfielder. I don't class Koulibaly as an attacking midfielder. And then you've got Andy Halliday, whatever Andy Halliday is. No disrespect to Andy Halliday, but we need creative. If we're going to play this system, I still kind of see we have got. What I kind of see in this team is I kind of see goals. I said it for the start. I'm hoping I'm going to be surprised, but looking at it, I kind of see goals there, and I think it's unfair to expect these guys to come in and suddenly start producing goals that they've never done in their career, apart from Morelos. I agree with the Middleton situation. I'm more looking at we've got this boy Kent, all right, but we've got the boy Middleton there as well, who's a ranked player. Is he getting the equal opportunity? Knowing my eyes, I'd be putting Kent in the other day because he's, Kent's not done enough consistently. But I'm still looking at that team, and I just don't see the goals. I'm hoping prove wrong. We could go 1-4-0 and Morelos could get a hat-trick and somebody else chipped in with another goal. But I'm struggling to see goals in that team today.
Yep. See, we've got 5 minutes left of the show, and just for a wee bit of interest before the boys all get ready to go and start watching the match, I just got to go down the panel and get a quick which you think your score will be today, and we'll just go down the panel. We'll start with you, Blue Shadow, mate. For a wee bit of fun.
Oh, I'm hoping for a 4-1.
Right, okay. Cairo?
I was going to go for that, no, but I'll go for 5.
5.
Just to be classed as more optimistic than Blue Shadow.
Big Al?
I'll go 6.
Oh.
Yeah, big optimist.
3-0 for me. I'll take 3-0 quite happy.
Bear Down Under?
I'll go 1-0.
Go 1-0. And me, personally, I'm going to go with what I said last night. I'm going to go 3-1. That was just a wee bit of fun. We'll see who gets closest to it come
there. Is that your idea of fun?
It was just a wee bit interesting. A wee bit interest.
Scotty B guys, wasn't this time last year we were all cloning and we were different. So let's have the fun. Please have the fun. We need it.
That's it. We'll still Bridges part. We need it. The Rangers need it. So
Right, I'm going to go. See you guys later. All the best. I'll get a phone after the game, probably.
You take care, Cairo, mate.
Take care.
Good to hear you, mate.
All the best,
Yeah,
guys.
Cairo.
Cheers.
Cairo.
Cheers.
See you, bud.
So anyway, for a wee bit of fun, Ibrox, where did you meet this gorgeous lady of yours?
It was in my local, mate. It was in my local. That's all.
So if it was in your local, does that mean you've had your eye on her for a while, or has she had her eye on you for a while?
We've been together now for nearly 6 months, mate. But I've had this planning for the last couple of weeks.
No, but I'm talking about previously. Have your eyes met across the table when you're both got a pint of heavy in your hand and say, "He's a one for me"?
Possibly, mate, but I've got to watch what I'm saying because she's sitting right next to me. So,
Aye, darling.
So I know where my bread's buttered. Mate. I've got to watch
Put her on, Ibrox.
She won't come on, mate. She's a bit shy. She won't come on.
She's all right. Don't be shy. We'll no bite.
She's shaking her head there, mate, in the background. So maybe in a 40-ounce of Friday, mate. Maybe in a 40-ounce of Friday on my big.
I'll have to try and get Mrs. Padge to phone in and what's that last that was on the other night, Tracy.
Oh, Tracy. Well, that's my missus' name as well, but it's not that Tracy. That's what I was about to say there.
Does she know that you and Big Ryan had a wee bit? And is she all right with that? Aye?
I don't think Big Ryan's been on since, mate.
No.
You scare him off, Ibrox.
I think I must have done, mate. Him meeting me at Ibrox when Stevie Gerrard was getting announced at Ibrox, I think that put him off, mate. So that was that, mate. We're coming to the end of the show now. Any last points before we go off and the rest of the guys get off to watch the match? Any last points?
I would say we need the 3 points today. Bird Down Under says a 1-0. Do you know, see if it comes to it, I'll take a 1-0 because it's the 3 points that matter. Just the 3 points,
absolutely. Don't care.
As I said at the top of the show, teams got to come out from the start whistle, put pressure on them, and take control of the game.
Yeah.
I think the team's set up for them sitting back, isn't it? If he's playing the two, Kent and Candias. He's looking for that to get run about them, guys running on, you know what I mean? Play it wide and then get the ball in the mixer. That's the way it looks like for me.
Putting pressure on them.
Aye. Set pieces as well, guys. Don't forget.
Pin back. Oh, aye. Yes.
Set pieces is pretty strong. I think, especially this 2 weeks that we international break, I think we're going to see some set pieces that, focusing more on set pieces and using our strength with the two big centre backs there. And we've got some. You look at even as much as people give Tavernier a bad time in terms of his delivery with his right foot, and then you get the left back with his delivery and left foot. We should be using that as a strength. And I like the big boy Cattage and Golston up there. And, I think we'll get a lot more goals this year for set pieces because we've got the strength in each department there. So, wouldn't be surprised. 1-0 Golston or 1-0 Cattage. I mean, I don't care. 3 points is what it's all about today, lads. That's it.
Yep.
No, definitely. Mate, well, this has been Rangers Radio, pre-match show before the Dundee match. We're all hoping for a fantastic result for the mighty Glasgow Rangers. We will be back 10 to 15 minutes after the full-time whistle for the post-match show, and let's hope we're all still smiling. And that's all from us. Take it away, Old School Blue.
We are the people who sing of victory until the football glory from Kilmarnock to Dundee. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. When Rangers take the field, they'll follow on to triumph, for we know they'll never lose. And 60,000 voices will cheer the whole game through. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow boys in blue. Strong and true, we are the people.